How you guys doing today? So we wanted to do a recap of our vacation, our last weekend in Paradise at Cherry Hill Park. Um, I think we should start from the beginning, honey. What do you think? When we left here and we took ourselves all the way into Pennsylvania. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Well, beforehand, I spent probably around $400 and so on groceries and different materials we needed for the trip. And then you started keeping track of the gas.
I was keeping track of the gas. The whole trip, there and back, including tolls and gas, was a little under $800 or around $800. I'm not going to give you the exact nickels and dimes because we really kind of can't, because there's a lot of easy passes that we went through that we're going to be getting those in the mail. And in New York City, I think it was $8 or $12 that I paid cash one time. There was one toll that I got charged. I think it was I think it was in Jersey, actually, New Jersey, and it was either $8 or $12, and it's in my book. But I can't do a total tab on everything. But I got a mental tab, and everything. Once everything comes in the mail for easy passes, it's going to be around $800 just for gas and tolls. So right there between gas, tolls, and what Melanie spent for us to have food, because we each had our job. I was taking care of maintenance for the truck with money, and Melanie was taking care of groceries and stuff like that, because work is very slow for us right now. So we both had a little bit of money saved on the sides, and we were trying to build up. So we both each had our own jobs, you know what I mean? So $1,200, that was food, gas, and tolls. That's the total amount that we had to spend on the weekend. And then the weekend itself, to be at Cherry Hill we arrived on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday morning we left. That was at $600. And then we had to get new tires. That was another $600 on the RV. New tires on the RV. So that's another $1,200 right there. So that trip was roughly $2,400, just to get there and back, basically, with nickels and dimes and everything like that. We might be under that money a little bit, could be over a little bit. And I also had a tune-up done to my van, but I haven't talked to my mechanic yet to see how much that tune-up, how much I own for that, because my mechanic, I don't have to pay him up front. Like I said, money's been tight for us. So he said, "Oh, Brian, don't worry about it. I'm not worried about you. You just pay me when you got it." I said, "Thank you very much, Mike." So anyway, so $2,400, $2,500. That's a whole recap of the whole weekend. We left here Thursday morning, and we went to Pennsylvania. Well, that was our objective, was to get to Pennsylvania. We had just crossed over the border after 6 hours of driving, and we found a visitor's center, and we went inside to use the bathroom. We wanted to rest the RV in the van, because you got to watch out when it's hot out. You don't want your tires on an RV to get too hot, especially on a travel trailer or a fifth wheel, because they could blow. So, Melanie, while we were doing the bathroom thing, I got out first, and I saw the lady at the visitor center behind the counter, so I went up to ask for rules. The first rule in my head, are we allowed to stay overnight? Because I knew we were both kind of tired and we were ready to relax. She says, "Oh yeah, if you've been driving, then you shouldn't be going on." She says, "We have no problem. People park in the parking lot all the time." And I said, "Well, does it cost anything?" She's like, "Nope, totally free." So that was a big plus in our pocket. They didn't ask for anything. So Friday morning we woke up and we hit the road, and I think around 1-2 o'clock we got to Cherry Hill. And we pulled in, we waited for our family to show up, and then we started barbecuing and all that stuff. And then Saturday morning, I woke up and they give you a map of Cherry Hill. See, this is how big this place is. I'm going to go over it with you in a second. Now, we were at lot 606. Now, next to 606, they have cabins. So people, if you don't have tents, if you don't have RVs or anything of the sort, They have a tenting section. They have an RV section, and they also have log cabins. Now, I did not get a price on those. If I ever go back there, I will get a price on it. I talked to a guy outside. I said, hey, how much do they charge for one of these things for the night? And he says, honestly, I don't do that stuff. My wife knows all that, and she's inside. He goes, she's just waking up. I don't want to go ask her. I said, hey, I know how that is. And I walked away. God bless, I said. I walked around this place with the map Saturday morning because the place is so big. When we drove in, we had a tour guide take us to our site. So Saturday morning, we didn't know anything about the park, and least of all, I didn't even know how to get to the main office. I said, I gotta figure this out. So I literally walked around with this map and read the street signs, because inside the campground, there's street signs everywhere. That's how big this place is. So I had the map in my hand like this, and I'm trying to figure it out, and I saw this guy. I said, can you tell me where the office is? And he started laughing at me. Not that he was laughing at me, per se. He was like, I had the same problem because I've been here for a couple of days, so I had to figure it out too. He says, so anyway, he goes, it's over there behind you. Just go straight that way and you'll see it. I said, oh, all right, thank you. So I proceeded on with the paper, and I found the office, and then I started figuring out a route how me and Melanie and the RV and the van are going to pull out of there on Tuesday morning. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't lost in that place. And, you know, you're taking all these little roads and stuff. It gets pretty tight with the trailer, a 30-foot trailer. Well, our total rig is about 45 feet. From the beginning of our van all the way to the spare tire on the travel trailer. It's about 45 feet roughly. So I just wanted to make sure I had a good plan so I wasn't messing myself up to get out of there. You know? Anything you want to add, Faye? I don't mean to control the show here.
No, it was a good weekend. It's just confusing when you first get there.
Yeah, the place is so big. I mean, it's crazy. Then we barbecued. The family showed up again. Oh, that's what I wanted to bring up. So Saturday morning, as I was walking around, I started getting really hot, you know. So I said, I think I'm going to go find the pool. So I took a walk and I found the pool. Well, they kind of had two pools next to each other. They weren't adjoined pools, but it was all adjoining area inside of a fenced-in area. And it was pretty cool. They had an adults pool and they had a kids pool. But the kids pool was way cooler than the adults pool. It had this mushroom waterfall thing. This mushroom was probably 7-8 feet tall. The stem on it was probably about this big with a big mushroom, probably 6 foot in diameter. It pours out water. The water goes up through the stem and comes out over the top, and it turns into like a waterfall. So when our company showed up around, I would say around noontime, I looked at them and I said, listen, I struck gold. And they're like, what do you mean you struck gold? Melanie's son. I said, trust me, I struck gold. You got to check this place out, because they wanted to go spend time on a splash pad. And the splash pad was cool too. We went over there and looked at it after, but the children's pool by far was the coolest part of this whole place. And it went from a half inch of water down to 5 feet. So you could adults could walk through clearly and freely. It had that waterfall that I told you about, the mushroom waterfall. It was just really cool. And not only that, it had a cafe, a laundromat. What else did it have, honey? It had a game room, you know, like you could play Galaga and Pac-Man and all that stuff, you know. Skee ball. It had a lot of stuff, a lot of amenities at this place. It was awesome. I mean, what do you think, babe? The amenities were beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, the cafe was less to be desired. The food wasn't that great.
Yeah, we were not happy with the food.
Very, very expensive. I mean, for breakfast, it was $35.
And the breakfast was not good.
And
we
it was
nibbled
awful.
on it, and it was like, ugh.
And
The scrambled eggs looked like scrambled pancakes.
it was terrible. It
Yeah.
it was awful.
The bacon obviously was burnt.
I mean, the second time when I went to the pool, my son had gotten pizza, but it was for 2 pizzas, $50.
Yeah, $48 for
it's-
2 pizzas, 2
lot
16-inch
of money.
pizzas. That's a little ridiculous. $24 a pizza. That's 8 slices per pizza. I mean, I understand we're on vacation and they're going to get the best they can out of us, but $24 and the crust was not even a half inch. There's no way that crust was a
Yeah, it
half
was
inch.
definitely paper thin.
It was paper thin. I would say a quarter to 3/8 thick, the crust. You know, it was like one of those flatbread pizzas in a way, you know, but like extra flatbread.
But when we ended up leaving, before we went home, we went to IHOP, and that was better.
Yeah. Sunday, so when our guest showed up, after I told him that I struck gold, we went to the pool and we were there. Melanie watched the baby. We were there for a couple hours. Sunday, it was supposed to rain, which it did. But we made plans to go to the pool regardless. And when we got to the pool, we had the pool all by ourselves until it started downpouring so bad it was ridiculous to be there. So then we went inside and we met some awesome people. Shout out to Jill and her husband. We loved meeting you people. We hope you see you guys again. They were some cool people. She's a Bills fan and we're Patriots fans. So that was a little cool, you know. It's weird how we meet somebody in the same division. I like that. And they had taken a wrong turn and wound up at Cherry Hill from where they were. They weren't supposed to go there, so Cherry Hill has always got campsites available, RV sites. So they were able to skate in, and we met each other. And then they told us that when they were checking out at the office, that their daughter met somebody from their school in the same class she's in.
Yeah.
So the wrong turn turned into the right turn for them, you know, and for us. We met a lot of great people out there. We met Lyndon and his wife, very nice people, beautiful people. Dan and Bev, very nice people, beautiful people. When we met a lot of people this weekend, I was making friends constantly.
Well, you're the talker.
I am a talker. There was this wonderful, beautiful Spanish family next to us. Within 10 minutes, I made friends with them because I can speak a little bit of Spanish. I know a lot of words. I can't do sentences, but I can do a lot of words, you know, and they thought I was kind of funny. I offered them some cervezas. They like that, you know, agua. Cerveza is beer and agua is water. So I was like, I noticed they didn't have anything and it's really hot out. That was on Monday. And so we went back on Monday. Monday was gorgeous. It was 88 degrees all day, not much humidity. And we were there for
all day.
All day, at least 4 hours.
All day, from 10 to like 3.
Yes, at 5 hours.
Yeah.
So I just, but we met such nice people this weekend. So shout out to all of you. Thank you. We hope to see everybody again next year. We're not sure if we're going back there, but if we don't get a chance to see Melanie's son between now and then, and his wife, more than likely we'll probably wind up in August next year being back at Cherry Hill. I would love to go there for the 4th of July, but I don't know. We have a lot of work left to do on our camper to finish the inside of the camper. So I got to really watch out how we figure everything. And also August it's a birthday for Melanie. So I think August is a better month. We get to celebrate her birthday at the same time, get a vacation out of it, and see them. So it's like a win-win-win for us, you know. So we'll know more in April, May if that's going to happen. And if we do, all the people that we just mentioned, we'll let you know in case you guys want to meet us there. Now, there is one thing on the map. Honey, hold that for a minute. I'll be right back. I'm going to get my glasses, and I got to turn the light on.
Here we go with the light, guys.
Hang on.
He likes it bright. It's glaring.
Hang on. I know it's blinding. I just want to show you guys something. Oh. Now, in here, if we book early enough, we were at lot 606. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So where we were parked, there were pass-throughs, drive-throughs, because you don't have to back into your spot. You just pull through the car or pull through. And I'm going to go shut the light off. Ow. Sorry, hon. So we figured that if we could get everybody close in that one area, that might be kind of cool. So that was Monday. Monday was a beautiful day, gorgeous. You know, and then of course Tuesday will go down in the record books for us.
Oh.
You know, so what happened Tuesday is everything was fine Tuesday morning. We went to IHOP for breakfast. We certainly weren't going to have breakfast at the cafe again. So we went to IHOP right up the street, it's like a mile and a half up the road. We had a really good breakfast. That place was awesome, the food. We hit the road after that. We topped off the tank, and we started driving, doing our thing. Now, when we drove there, Melanie had mapped out the whole way to keep us away from New York City. Baby did a great job with that. So it got us all the way to Cherry Hill within 2 days, and we stayed away from New York City. Well, we found out when we were leaving Tuesday morning that we went west the whole time going there. Now we have to come home going east, right? So we have to go northeast. On the way there, we were going southwest. So coming home, one of the bridges, the main bridges that controls the whole area, a ship had hit one of the big cement pylons. Now don't forget, these bridges are really big, so these cement pylons are huge. And the bridge was under construction. I guess this happened a while ago. When we went over going west, it was so far apart, both bridges, that we didn't notice that the east lane was shut down. We had no idea about it. And me, I don't like bridges, so I was white knuckle going over this bridge because it was big. You know, I don't like big bridges like that, pulling a trailer. So we had to reroute. Oh, in the mix of all that, we got lost because we didn't have our GPS on. We learned that lesson. From now on, we will run a GPS no matter what. So we pulled over to a gas station. Well, we've been driving for a little while. Let me top off the gas and we'll figure it out from there. When we pulled into the gas station, there was a sheriff parked in the back of the. I said, "Oh, let me go talk to the sheriff. Maybe he can shed some light on it." And he's the one that told me about the bridge. I didn't know about the bridge until I talked to him. He said, "Oh yeah, that bridge is shut down. A ship a little while ago hit it, and they're still trying to repair it." So he tried to map out an area for us. Meanwhile, Melanie's in the car playing with her phone, trying to get it. So when we got all our notes together, Melanie's notes and the sheriff's notes, they all matched up. We were going to go through New York City, and we did not want to do that.
But there was no way out of it.
There was no way out of it.
The only way there would have been something out of it is if we had an exact destination of where we wanted to be in Pennsylvania, and we could have gotten there and then headed back up through, but we didn't have that, and we had nowhere to work with.
So it is what it is. As I said in one of the other videos, that when we first arrived there, my brakes on my van started grinding over the weekend. Well, it's actually a day and a half before the trip. By this point, it was too late. I couldn't do nothing about it. I just had to bear it and deal with it. So we hit New York City. Well, we went through New Jersey, not too bad. There was a big bridge in New York City. I think it might have been the Verrazano Bridge, but I'm not sure. This thing went up like this and then came back down, and once again, I was white-knuckled. And then we hit gridlock in Manhattan. We were in total gridlock, I don't know, for at least 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours.
It wasn't that long.
An hour? All right, something like that. It seemed like forever. We were bumper to bumper. We would go a little bit, stop, go a little bit, stop, go a little bit. And then all of a sudden, that the heavens opened up for us, and I saw a sign that said, "Welcome to Connecticut," and we both just had these two big smiles on our face. We were so happy.
Yeah, it was just a very travel day. Was an awful. It was just awful.
Yeah, Tuesday was by far out of the whole trip the worst day. You know, getting through New York City with a travel trailer in the back of your vehicle, or a fifth wheel, whatever you're towing, it's just not the place to be. You know, I'm a rookie driver when it comes to towing. I've done a lot of snowmobile trailers in my past, but never a 30-foot trailer, and I'm still like trying to learn how to back up and everything, you know, and it's not as easy as people might think. So if you're thinking about getting a fifth wheel or a travel trailer, and somebody told me, a friend of mine said, the bigger the better for towing and reversing. I haven't experienced that yet, but I'm still trying. But anyway, I love the trip. I love Cherry Hill. They have these rocks at every site, little tiny pebble rocks. The only thing I didn't like about Cherry Hill was the cafe, and those rocks kept getting in my shoes. That's the only thing I didn't care about. Those were the only cons for me. That's about it.
No.
Didn't really bother you? We also had our own bathhouse right next to us.
Yeah, that was nice.
Because we didn't want to de-winterize our camper. We wanted to keep it winterized because winter's coming. So that really helped out.
But that was a pain.
Yeah. But we just wanted to give you guys a recap of the weekend on how everything went. A shout out to all the friends that we made this weekend. Dan and Bev, Jill and her husband, Lyndon and his wife, the Spanish people that we met, all you people, and if I forgot anybody, I'm totally sorry. We're so glad we met you people. You're such nice people, and God bless to everybody out there. And please, We need subscribers. On YouTube, we cannot get monetized until we have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Because of this trip, we left here at 30 subscribers. Now we have 35 subscribers. So those of you that did subscribe to our channel, thank you and God bless. Those of you that want to subscribe, please subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Subscribe, like, and share. I can't emphasize that enough.
Thanks for staying with us, guys. Talk to you soon.
Have a good one. Love you.